Have you ever noticed that life is filled with little tasks? I mean, this is life, right? The majority of life is not these great, big, huge things. The majority of life is like the little things that we have to do every day. Brush our teeth, get dressed, fold our clothes, do our laundry. It's like never ending. We're constantly having to do these little tasks. So stick with me today, and we're going to talk about how to make these tasks way more enjoyable and way more peaceful. I'm still in Punta Cana on vacation. And, even on vacation, we can't get away from it. There's still these little tasks that we're constantly having to do. By the way, my name is Elizabeth Cermak. I'm a psychotherapist and spiritual coach here to talk about bringing the vertical into this world, connecting with Source, connecting with God, and being in this world and not of this world. So stick with me today. We're going to talk about how to do these tasks as though we are in this world and not of this world. So I feel like there's a couple of different ways we could be doing these little tasks in extremes. When I was in a depression, pretty bad depression, I smile when I talk about being in a depression because sometimes it's just funny to me. I don't take it so seriously. But when I was in a pretty bad depression, in a job that I absolutely hated, I remember telling my friend at work, like, I cannot put on my socks one more day. It was like, well, I look back and I think I was really depressed then. I didn't even want to putting on socks every day seemed like such a chore. The other way I feel like we could handle these tasks is in a frantic way. I grew up I feel like my ancestry is pretty frantic. Like, I grew up with an aunt who was like a grandma to me. I spent a lot of time with her. She was a lot older than my mom. And she went through a trauma when she was younger where her 12-year-old son was killed. And the thing about her that I noticed, and I feel like this was absolute unhealed trauma, which I don't even know how she would have healed all this trauma, but is that everything she did was like a mess, like frantic, She was a wonderful person, a wonderful aunt, like nothing, but it was like the house was just like, there was just like a mess all over the place. Everything she did was like, she was always making a mess. And I feel like it was franticness. It was like, she was not mindful. She wasn't present. Right? So it matters, we want to be always investing in ourselves with everything we do, with every thought we have, with everything we do. We want to be investing in ourselves. And it really makes a difference the way you do like little tasks throughout the day. So ask yourself, how did I do my little tasks this morning? What was my state of mind? How did I make my coffee? How did I brush my teeth? How did I fold my clothes? How did I do my laundry? Were you mindful? Were you present? Or was it just like a means to an end? Eckhart Tolle talks about this a lot. Don't make it a means to an end. Be present in the task, and you do it with love. Of course, that's the answer. You do it with love. And when you do this, Eckhart Tolle, there's a really good conversation between Eckhart Tolle and Ram Dass, where Ram Dass just talks about how the love he can feel. He can feel it coming from the walls, and he almost feels the wall getting closer to him because he feels the love. And you almost can feel like when you're really present with these tasks and you're only thinking about the tasks and you're enjoying them, you almost can feel this aliveness in everything, right? I'm just like looking for something that could feel alive. Here's my shoe. Like I'm looking, like you can feel it. It's alive. Like, so when you're folding your laundry, are you present? Are you being mindful? Are you using all of your senses? Notice the aliveness. You can almost feel the aliveness in everything around you. You can talk to the things around you. You can have a relationship with everything. How is your relationship with your things, with your stuff? So I could be either way with this. I really tend to have that generational franticness. So I work on this. I'm being really mindful. My husband complains about our refrigerator a lot because he's like really clean and I am not. I should say I can be very disorganized in the refrigerator or with my stuff. So I'm changing that concept about myself, right? I am organized. I am peaceful. And I love my things and they love me. Okay, so I just read this morning in A Course in Miracles, and I think this could be a really helpful meditation too that would help you as you're doing your little tasks throughout the day. And it simply says, my mind holds only what I think with God. My mind holds only what I think with God. My mind holds only what I think with God. Imagine folding your laundry. How peaceful and nice is this? My mind holds only what I think with God. Feel the laundry, feel the texture, look at it. How does it look at the colors? You know, my mind holds only what I think with God. Ooh, I'm dropping my glasses. So as you are doing your little tasks throughout the day, don't make them a means to an end. Enjoy them. Get lost in them. Be involved in them. See them as alive. My mind holds only what I think with God. Think of all the tasks you've even done already today to get here to watch this video. I mean, we get up, we brush our teeth. My mind holds only what I think with God. We brush our teeth, we make our bed, we fold our clothes, all those things. That is life, right? So the answer is, of course, help me see this through the eyes of love instead of fear. Do it with love. It sounds really silly, but it really adds up. You know, if you don't make things to a means to an end, it adds up to a better life. It adds up to a more vertical life, you know? My mind holds only what I think with God. So I hope this was helpful today. Like I said, my name is Elizabeth Cermak. Go ahead and subscribe below if you want more videos like this about inner peace and how to bring the vertical into this world, being in this world and not of this world. Think about this too, how this brings new earth energy onto the planet. So think about how, like, if everybody was to be like this, if everybody was to be mindful and loving to their things and to their little tasks that they had to do throughout the day. Think about the energy that that would create, these little peaceful houses, you know, with this peaceful energy just glowing. Like, I like to think about my house as having this like peaceful energy. Do you ever feel energy when you walk into a house and like notice what it is? Is it frantic? Is it peaceful? Is it sad? So think about how even just doing this makes a difference. This is a frequency holder activity. This is holding the frequency of a new earth. My mind holds only what I think with God. Only love is real. I am a child of God. I live in eternity. You know, think about if those were our dominant thoughts throughout the day, and our dominant feeling was gentle and peaceful and loving towards our things. I mean, it would make it towards each other too. Just think about what that would create. So be loving towards your tasks today. My husband and I sometimes are not very good at this. I'm not going to lie. Like when we have to go to bed at night and like brush our teeth, we're like, oh, I don't want to, you know? So I'm going to change that. We're going to change that. So I hope you're peaceful today. I hope your mind is holding only what you think with God. My mind holds only what I think with God. I hope you're feeling a little bit detached from those negative thoughts, you know. Detach from all thoughts, actually. I feel like the negative thoughts are harder to detach from. They're more sticky. The positive thoughts are less sticky. So we have to work on the positive and detach from the negative. But actually just let it all go. Let all thoughts go. My mind holds only what I think with God. Allow the Holy Spirit, allow God to purify you, to purify your mind, to purify your desires, and see what happens. So again, I hope this was helpful today. I had to add that a little bit at the end. Peace and love. I'll talk to you soon.